Hello everybody, this is Andy, and welcome to episode 4 of Celestial Journey, and I've actually gone ahead and made a clipboard, so we can see what we need to do. I want to make the builder and make the quarry. I want to automate inscribers through the AE system. I want to complete my AE system using, by making the molecular assemblers and interfaces to do the automatic crafting, and automate power with the tree farm. I'm going to add one more thing to this. I also want to use the stonework factories to make a cobble works. So yeah, hopefully we can get to all of this. I don't know if we actually will, but I'm going to do my best. In between the last episode and this one, I did a little bit of work. I made the slice and splice over here. I made some soul attuned dye, and that's pretty much it. I've also done a little bit of mining just to make sure we're ready to go for this nice grind towards the builder. I need to make a little bit of dark solarium to make the farming station, because I think what we're going to do first is we're going to fully automate power, because I'm burning through coal a lot faster than I would like to, and coal is useful for dark steel, which we need all over the place in this pack, and I'd like to have more of it. I think we just finished the dark solarium, so I should have everything I need to make this farming station. Now I just need a capacitor, and I think I want to go for the best capacitor. Did I not put... Is it vibrant? Yeah, it's vibrant, not vivid. Whoopsie daisy. Yep, craft me 2 of those, and then I can make a better capacitor with this recipe. Except it's still not done, because this takes just a moment to do its job. I'm going to go ahead and place this reasonably out of the way compared to the rest of our stuff, because these tree farms from Ender.io are fairly visually laggy, and I don't really want to be looking at it all the time. So I'm a couple chunks over, and is this tall enough? Probably. I'm going to float it up in the air just a little bit, and we need to just put the capacitor in there, show the range, and I think it covers the entire chunk pretty much. So I just need to fill in here. Did I ever make a builder's wand? Oh, how wonderful I did. Okay, I'm going to do this real quick, and I'll be right back. I went ahead and ran a really long power line all the way over here. It's incredibly ugly, but I don't particularly care all that much. I am curious a little bit, will a mattock do both the job of an axe and a hoe? Because I think it might. If not, I believe there are unbreakable axes in this pack. Maybe even a shikaxe will do the job, but let's go ahead and see. I do want to make all of these dark oak quadrants, so hopefully... Oh, that's not gonna... These will never grow, will they? No, they will not. So we get to do it the fun way now. And by fun way, I pretty much just mean I'm gonna I'm gonna bone meal a couple of these on my own, so hopefully we can get some extra saplings, and this guy will please chop them down. Would you mind? Do you need to go in there? It might be scanning through the entire thing still. I'm going to wait and see if this actually works. Based on experimentation, this thing is willing to use both the mattock for the axe and the hoe, except it will only use it for one at a time. So I'm going to need 2 mattocks, and I think what I want to do is there paper tools in this? There is. I'm going to need to make 2 paper tools, an axe and a hoe, or a mattock, and try to make them unbreakable. Since we don't have tool leveling, I need a base tool that has 5 modifiers. It doesn't matter that this thing only has 8 durability, because it's going to become unbreakable. So there's a paper hatchet, and I need... I guess I could make a kama, but I'm just going to make one of these. And this should also have 5 modifiers. Now I just need a ton of obsidian and, what is it, unbreakable modifiers, something like that? I don't remember what they're called. Here's the 10 reinforcement modifiers, and I should just be able to add all of these to this, and this thing should say unbreakable now. Perfect. And we'll add it to the other one as well, and they should both be unbreakable and work perfectly fine. I did run out of power. I had to melt some more coal with the excess power left in this magma crucible, so I'm hoping we can set this up very, very soon. I've gone ahead and also decided I'm not going to use dark oak, I'm just going to use normal oak. It doesn't really matter how fast we produce latex, like we will always produce more than we're using because it's going to be running at 100% uptime, so I can just go ahead and use slightly crappier trees and make sure that we will never run out of wood because we run out of saplings because the dark oaks grow a little bit weird and barely produce a net positive of saplings. So I think oak is probably the way to go. Also, I did clean up this wire just a little bit because it was bugging me, so now it just cuts through the forest instead of zigzagging up and down. And there we go. With a conduit line ran all the way over here, this thing has begun producing wood as quickly as it can. It does suck a little bit more power than I produce right now, so it's never going to fill up, I don't think, because it takes a ton of power to chop trees. But we already have, I believe, over 1,000 pieces of wood. If I can just bounce my way over to the drawers that I set up over here. I'm going to store this stuff in a drawer right here. I'll put a storage bus on it eventually, but this is just the Syngas producer controller. We'll store it right next to it so we can shove things in whenever we want to. Yeah, I've already got over 1,000 wood. And I've pretty much decided I'm going to put the Syngas producer right here, right next to our, what is it called? The gas turbine. So we can just very simply pipe from one to another. And all of our items are stored right here. And yeah, I don't need a lot of these other three, so they're just getting voided. We will backstuff this on the oak wood. So it will just stop lagging up our world if we ever fill up on oak wood. So I'm going to item pipe from this drawer into the item input port. This is where the oak wood needs to go. We're going to need a heating chamber. You can have up to 10, and a mixing chamber. You can have up to 25, I think. And if we put oak wood in here and give it water with some reservoirs, it should, once it gets up to heat, begin producing a little bit of the syngas. I guess this output valve doesn't operate as like a fluid tank for the output. It just needs to auto push into something. So we'll just auto push into this tank right here and shove into the gas turbine controller. And as soon as this liquefied coal runs out, which I think I've set this up just in the nick of time, we should begin filling up with syngas in here because it's being produced. Hopefully I'm using less than 1 millibucket per tick because yeah, okay, it's the exact same efficiency. I am producing 1 millibucket per tick in here, which means this thing doesn't even have to run at full uptime to keep this guy going. In fact, I can add a whole nother manual turbine in here to double our power generation without even having to upgrade this thing anymore. Okay, now that we can supply at least a little bit of power to all of our systems, I think we're barely net positive with that. Let's make some molecular assemblers and a couple of interfaces. 4 and 4 should be okay for the time being. It's enough to get us started. I want to get to 32 interfaces and 32 molecular assemblers as soon as humanly possible. Alright, so I've added the inscribers here. We're going to have 5 for now. Eventually we will fully passive this process, but for the time being and for the foreseeable future, it is completely usable to just make them on demand in those inscribers. We'll automate that and set up the molecular assemblers in a minute though. I think I want to get the stonework factory up first. Okay, I am fairly confident I have everything I need for 4 material stonework factories. This will, oh wait, no, I got 3 of them. I only had 6 buckets, so I had to grab, or I have to grab, come on, grab the 1 more thing of water, 1 more thing of lava, and this should be the 4th if I have eyes. Okay, perfect. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna have 1 for cobblestone, 1 for sand, 1 for gravel. Do we have dust in this pack? Is there any use for dust? No. And then we'll have 1 for silicon, I think. I think that'll be all the stuff that we need for now. These guys automatically work and start producing cobblestone. It's kind of slow, but over the long run, it'll be perfectly fine. So what I want to do is tell this, do I have an auto output function? Whatever, we'll deal with that later. So this first one is going to produce cobblestone for us. This second one is going to produce not stone. I don't want either of those. Gravel for us. And then let's just turn it off while we set the correct thing. And then we also need to grind again. And then I believe it's grind, grind, grind. Wait. Yes, there. Perfect. I thought I heard something sneaking up on me. I think I'm just going to throw item conduits onto a drawer controller, and that's how we'll put items into the system. Is it perfect or efficient? No, probably not, but it is expandable, and I will probably expand it to include one more for stone eventually. But for now, this is very, very much better than good enough, and I don't have to turn nether quartz into silicon anymore. We just have silicon for all of our processes. I'm going to go ahead and call that the cobble works done. And why don't we go ahead and set up the first couple of IMI interfaces for our network. The way I like to do this is not the most efficient, but we need to at least a little bit optimize for interface efficiency or molecular assembler efficiency over interface efficiency, because these are fairly expensive both in tin and inscribers right now. So we have 4. I just need to use my memory card. It's right here. Clear it. Hook up to one of the, oh, that's wrong. Hook up to, why aren't you, hello? For some reason, my memory card refuses to copy or create new channels. I really don't know why, which means I can't like link it over here, which is an issue. It doesn't do anything here either. I think I'm gonna have to restart my game. All right, this is news to me, but apparently when you're configuring IMI tunnels or P2P tunnels, you cannot have anything in your offhand. I don't know if I've ever like come across this issue before. I don't know how I've never come across this issue before, but apparently it is an issue, and apparently it hasn't been solved in like 4 years. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, these molecular assemblers are now online, and we should be able to come over here and see them on our network. Perfect. And a moment later, after I figured out that issue, I decided it was time to finally go ahead and hook up a bunch of our drawers that are sitting around. I didn't hook up this one. I probably should have, but I don't need that much plastic right now. I can just cook a stack every couple of years and it'll all be good. Hello, creeper. Please don't kill me. Thank you. The reason you couldn't hear him right there is because of the sound muffler. Yep, but we now have all of these drawers hooked up, and the drawers for our mob killing system also hooked up. I've got to go work out soon, but in the meantime, I think I'm gonna decorate the place a little bit, maybe make a painting machine so I can have a nice little ground for the area that we're living in, and it's not just, you know, disgusting. This is not going to be a pretty base, I promise you that, but at least we can maybe make it slightly prettier than it is right now. That's the hope, at least. You fools. You absolute fools. I told you I was gonna build something. And I did. And it's 9x9s. You thought you were safe from these. You thought I wasn't gonna build 9x9s in this because it's not a skyblock. But guess what? You were wrong. Yeah, I built some 9x9s. I think the organization of them is gonna help a lot, even if it's not like lined up perfectly. Like, technically this should be a block over if I want it to be in the center, but I don't particularly care. I'm just gonna have lines of machines working, and the ground looks a lot better than it just being grass. So, you know, that's good. And next thing is next. Let's go ahead and get automation for these inscribers up and running, at least kind of. I need to get automation up for logic processors, and then I won't be in severe amounts of pain trying to make more of these cores. Oh, also, I did make a painting machine, so we now have facades on the conduits that we're running through the ground, because conduits running through the ground like that looks really, really ugly, and I don't want to do it. Also, that's an incredibly deadly spider. Let's not look at it. Oh, see how fast he is? He also hits like a truck. We don't want to mess with him. So I need a silicon here and a logic here, and these should be able to push automatically into these guys because I turned them on their side in the same way I did for all the mod 6. It's going to be a similar system except fully automatic and processed through the AE system. And the printed silicon pattern goes in there, the logic pattern goes in there, and the logic processor pattern should go into there. Something's making weird sounds in there. Also, that Enderman just teleported back into its spot. That was very dumb, idiot. I need to wire this up with conduits. So these crappy inscribers from the actual Applied Energistics mod can be pulled out either from their right side, which would be the bottom with the way I've rotated this, or the front face. And for this instance, I'm choosing to pull out of the front face. Things are still making sounds and I hate them. This one is going to need to have items inserted on 3 different sides and then pulled out of the front face as well. And we're just going to shove back into the IMI interface here. These things need to be filtered because I believe they can be shoved into the wrong slot. Like, they can be forced into the wrong slot. So I need to set up filters because I think, what? Top gets, no, top gets logic circuit. And I'm going to set this up off camera because this is just boring and obnoxious and I'm probably going to get it wrong. And guess what? I did have it wrong initially. This slot with this rotation of the machine needs to be inserted on the bottom. So that's what we're going to do. I need to make a couple of facades to cover up this conduit and make sure there's no holes in our base. I just had to take a test, so I don't remember exactly where we left off. I'm pretty sure I killed the test, by the way. I did a great job. I'm so smart. I know physics so well, even though I'm a science major. I, I don't remember. Were we working on this last time? I don't know. Anyways, I am out of Certus, so I can't make any more IMI interfaces, so we're going to have to leave this as is for the time being. Let's go ahead and actually think about upgrading our power infrastructure, because we're going to need a lot more RF per tick if we want to be able to even think about running this builder this episode. I'm just going to run off into the distance. That wasn't quite running off into the distance. I'm just going to run off into the distance, find a nice cave to dig into, and hopefully get some more iron, more Certus, more... But also I need coal. I need coal because I need a ton of dark steel. So I need a lot of basic materials. And then I'll need to go to the nether and get some manulin and a little bit... Ooh, coal. A little bit of ardite. Wait, no. I need cobalt and ardite in order to make manulin for the turbines. I never thought this would be a complaint that I genuinely have, but I'm getting too many diamonds and not enough iron and not enough Certus. This is this is an issue. The goal was iron. Whatever. I'd say that's a pretty good haul. I completely filled up my backpack, got a ton of coal, ton of iron, ton of diamonds, a decent amount of Certus and charged Certus. I'll accept it. Like it'll keep me running until I can get the builder up and running, I think. And now we can put a bunch of this to use, making dark steel. I do have a pattern left over, right? Okay, I want to make the pattern that coal turns into pulverized coal, and I'll throw this in the sag mill, which will allow me to auto craft dark steel. I think give me 100. Oh yeah, obsidian. Whoops. I went to gather some obsidian, and I found a mine shaft, and I found a monster spawner here. I took the broken spawner because we will use spawners all over the place in this pack, I'm pretty sure. Ooh, Certus quartz, give me that too. Only 3, got scammed. But this is a really nice chest right here. Coal, iron, golden apple, I'll take it, I'll take it. And this, the ender, is actually incredible. It's already empowered 1, and it has travel, which means we can shift... right click and we'll teleport. This is very cool. I really like this, and I was gonna make one of these anyways, so it's just a straight upgrade from our our shikaxe, I guess. Hey, this thing is disgusting and I hate it. Also, you die please too. But lava. I can make obsidian now. Let's get 50 extra pieces of dark steel started. That should maybe... I don't think it's going to be, but it's going to be very close enough to make the builder, and this is going to be just not very fun, but we can get it done. In the meantime, I do need to go gather up some cobalt and ardite because we're having significant power issues now, and I need to add at least 1 more turbine. Alright, I just made 3 more manual turbines, which means we can now produce 2,000 RF per tick. We will not use 2,000 RF per tick, I don't think. We can't even extract 2,000 RF per tick. We can only extract 600. Whoopsies, that's a timer. We can only extract 640 RF per tick with these conduits. So we're going to need to upgrade our conduits very soon. But we're producing power much quicker now. And I believe we should be somewhat net positive on power for the time being. And if I'm correct, I've just finished crafting... Excuse me? I swear I have everything. Did I never make the Arlemite pickaxe? Did I... Oh, I Probably just need some pulsating iron. Do I have that craftable? No. Iron? Let's just do a full stack. Ender pearls. Actually, we'll do half a stack, because ender pearls in this pack don't stack to 64. Actually, this can't go in there, can it? Nope, that's fine. Whatever. And now, if I'm correct, this is the builder. Okay, we also want a quarry card, and I'm really hoping this recipe has been changed. I did not check it. We want just a normal quarry, I think. And yeah, that's normal. I was slightly wrong. The recipe is not standard. This has been changed to being slightly more expensive, but still not bad at all. So there's the quarry, there's the builder. Now we just need to pick a place to build. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it over here next to our tree farm so we can dig a 512 by 512 space over in this direction. Alright, here's the builder all set up and ready to go. I set the coordinates that we want. We are going to do a 512 by 512 by 60 area. The offset is going to be -300, -300, so it'll dig in this direction. And it's going to be offset by -45 in the y direction, so it'll only dig somewhere just below the dirt level. I checked the preview and made sure we're good to go. Now, since this thing needs a ton of power, I need to replace all the conduits in my base with these enhanced energy conduits because, unfortunately, this is not one of the packs where the config that conduits connect together is enabled in. So I think I have enough. I'm not entirely certain, but we will definitely see. And it's not like I can't make more. They're not very expensive. One issue, now that we're actually capable of producing all full 2000 and extracting all full 2000 RF per tick, we're using 1.5 millibuckets per tick about of Syngas, which means this thing is slowly starting to empty. Incredibly slowly, but eventually we will begin shuttering on power. So I'm going to install another heating chamber and 2 mixing chambers, and this should increase the production of our machine significantly. Yeah, so now we're at 3, so I think I can add 4 more turbines and we will still be alright. In order to save a little bit of power, we don't want this thing to mine every single block. So what we're going to do is we're going to blacklist a bunch of common blocks found underneath the ground, and after we let it run for a little while, we'll see what other blocks and other things that we need to add to this filter. Maybe something like chests wouldn't be a bad idea, because chests getting mined would probably clog the system, and I don't know. I'm sure there's more, but we'll have to figure that out as soon as we let our guy run. So what I should be able to do is just run all the way over here, throw a chest on top, and press go. We want to put the filter in. I guess you have to actually drag it in, give it a little redstone signal, and it should just begin working. Oh man. Excuse me? This is on whitelist mode. Whoopsie daisy. Actually, I wanted to add grass blocks to the filter anyways. So, why? Okay, I don't understand why this is the way this is, but I guess this means it's blacklisted now. We can throw out all this stuff and keep going. Nope, what the heck? What? It's on whitelist mode. No, it's not. Blacklist items. And now it's on blacklist mode? What? Okay, I'm gonna trash all of this junk right here, or at least a little bit of it, and we should now be able to, okay, we're just getting ores now. And this thing is incredibly fast. I'm not sure if we're running through our energy buffer at the moment, which I think we might actually be doing, but no, it is going back up. I think we're actually producing enough power to power this thing at full speed, and we're getting a ton of resources. I actually want clay from this, so that's actually nice that I didn't add clay to the filter. Salt, I'm sure we'll need it someday. Already 10 diamonds. Okay, let me go grab and make some drawers so we can start making a drawer wall for this thing. Now that I've got a ton of resources built up, stuff that we all pretty much want to have, I've set up these drawers along with some compacting drawers, and things are going to now start getting placed into them. And the way that we're going to transfer from this chest to the actual drawers themselves is with item translocators. These things are incredibly fast, and if you put glowstone and redstone on them, you technically only have to put it on one. I don't remember which one it's supposed to go on, so I'm going to put it on both of them. Not like glowstone and redstone are cheap or are expensive, but it does move items insanely quickly. So let me throw one piece of coal in the compacting drawer, and as you see, the rest of the coal is just already gone. I'll do the same with redstone, and let me go through and see what we can put in here. And for now, that's everything we've gotten from our quarry. I am certain there is more stuff that we haven't gotten so far. However, it just hasn't been dug up yet, and it's probably rare, and that means if it's super rare, it's not going to fill up this chest before I have time to come back and check it. So, go ahead and do your thing. Perfect. And it doesn't appear... Oh, I turned it off. Yeah, this thing should keep up just fine. These translocators are dumb fast. In fact, things don't even show up in the chest before they get moved. So there's a small chance I might have gotten blown up before I claimed these chunks. I mean, very small chance. Probably didn't happen. I don't think translocators play very nice with drawer controllers, so we're just going to extract out of a ton of faces of the chest with item conduits because, you know, I don't have speed upgrades yet, and speed upgrades are a little expensive and obnoxious to make without applied energistics. However, I'm going to turn this thing off for the moment so we don't start voiding any items. I have void upgrades on every single drawer that has items in here because the amount of drawer upgrades, like these or whatever, that I'm going to max out basically most of these drawers. So if the drawer ever fills with like any of these items, if I ever have, let's actually check how many items will be if I put 6 of these in here. It'll be 1,500 stacks of iron. If I ever have 1,500 stacks of iron before I'm getting into mystical agriculture, we're good to go. Alright guys, I'm going to watch this thing for a little while, make sure nothing gets clogged, but we should have effectively infinite resources for the time being. Or at least more resources than we can go through. So we should be able to... Am I seriously about to get attacked right now? No, he died. I should be able to semi-automate things like electrical steel and what's the other one? Dark steel. Or not semi-automate, passive automate those because we're gonna need so many of them in the future, and crafting them on demand is incredibly slow. So, anyways, hope you all enjoyed. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.